And to discuss on this topic, we have two amazing speakers here with us. Please welcome Mr. Nikhil Chadha, Advisor edForce, and Mr. Manish Rathod, VP Enterprise Business edForce. A very big round of applause for both these amazing speakers.
How many of you here meditate or even just observe for your breath for 30 seconds or even 5 minutes? Yes, I see few hands. Okay. How many of you use productivity tools, Gen AI productivity tools in your day-to-day work to improve productivity or speeden up your work? Raise your hands. Quite a few. That's amazing. Good morning, I am Manish, along with me, my partner Nikhil. Today we will look at how we will integrate mind management and generative AI concepts to transform productivity in your organizations. We will not only look at the what and how, but the profound why behind these concepts. They say everything starts in the mind, so we will begin with mind management and Nikhil will do that for us. Nikhil, over to you.
Good morning.
Nikhil, I'm sorry interrupting. Your mic is not working.
So when I was showing you this, we were cueing our mind and we've not met each other so far, it's the first time. When we spoke of going back to school, we could tap into a cue that we already have from memory. What I'm trying to tell you is, the mind is so trainable. And why is that important? I loved where the last presentation stopped. It wasn't just John Dewey who said that the best way to learn is through experience. But Lord Buddha said that out of the three ways that we learn, Bhavnamaya Panya, experiential learning is what leads you to insight and finding nirvana. And I want you to just pause on this one element, because there are 6 life skills that in the middle of complexity that technology throws us are going to fundamentally lead us to be better leaders tomorrow. It is not simplification that is the opposite of complexity, it is clarity. Now in the next 30 minutes, combining what the human mind can do and what technology can do to augment it, Manish and I are going to cover at least 2 of those. Would you like to experience that? And I'm not saying learn that, experience it. Now what does that need? It needs lesson 1 if you want to just make a note of it. All change and transformation needs energy. So I'm going to need that from you. Secondly, can you do one small thing? Just put your finger under your nose and just check, is the breath volume more through the left nostril or the right nostril? Just do a quick check and let me know. All those with the left. Thank you. Those with the right? Okay, those with the right. Are you feeling stressed? Generally not. That's a quick check of the body wisdom which teaches you that when you do this and most of the volume is to the right nostril, you're in a less stressed zone. And that is a prerequisite for learning anything. Playfulness allows you to learn more easily. So in the next 20-25 minutes, we're going to do a lot of things together, if you're with me on that. Thank you. I will try and give you small takeaways, because I think in the days of Instagram, hooks and final debriefs are the big things to do. How attentive are we? You know the way I describe this slide and the next one? Comes from our ancient wisdom. Yatra tatra sarvatra. Here, there, everywhere, except where I'm supposed to be. Is that true for us? And that's the problem there. And why is this relevant for us as L&D professionals? There's a lot of research and a lot of thinking happening on how do we make the learner's journey more gamified, more entertaining, all of that. But do we realize that the tool which they need to use, the tool that needs to be super sharp and know how to learn, is not being given adequate attention to? And that's true for all of us as individuals. Do you realize it is the only organ on which 100% of your experience of life depends? Someone could compliment you, but if the way you process it is not something which is very skillful, you're going to walk away with a whole different feeling of that experience. And that's the only one in which we never do medical checkups. We never train it to be healthy so that we can go out and do everything that we do in this world. The fundamental tool. Are you okay to do a 30-second test? So I'm going to invite you to try not to think of anything. And usually the way it works is if you close your eyes and pay attention to not thinking, it works much better. You okay to do that? Okay, your time starts now. So as you sit here on this chair, trying not to think of anything, the one thing I'm inviting you not to think of are pink elephants. Doesn't matter whether they're sitting or walking or flying, but they should not be pink elephants that come to your mind. You can think of red mice, but not pink elephants. And the time stops now. Thank you for that. How many actually visualize the pink elephant? And how many actually visualize the red mice? You see, we are at war. Our attention is so easily hijacked. It's not a fault that we have. It's just something we are wired to do. But it also means that if we understand how the brain works, we can reverse hack it to our own advantage. Now, did you know this fact? Now, this fact is dated. It's back from 2010 research. Technology has boomed since then. The notifications of your phone have gone crazy since then. Workload has gone maddeningly high. So this number, by all estimates, is drastically more. Attention as a word comes from the root. What do you consciously tend to? Because again, if you want to make a note of this principle, in your mind, what you pay attention to, it grows. Therefore, it's important to say, what am I going to choose to pay attention to today when I get to workplace? Today when I'm going to lead a certain team? Today when I'm going to design a new journey? Is it going to be, as an example, purely the LMS? Or is there larger context in which my user journey happens so that their minds are best primed to learn and apply what they need to do? The entire life cycle. There's a lot of research, simple thing. Everything that you do not want in your life or for your employees and teams goes down. Everything that you want for an organization and an individual goes up. If you can skillfully integrate mindfulness practices into how your teams work. Now, this does not mean everyone carry a meditation cushion to work, but it does mean that there are ways in which we can reverse hack what we do. One more test for all of us. It's a fun one. You have your pens and papers with you? Okay. So the way this one works is we're going to write this. When I say start, not before. So we're going to write it, and the way we'll do it is we'll go this way. I am a great multitasker. Once I finish the sentence, I'm going to write the numbers 1 to 20. Clear? And soon as you finish, just raise your hand and say yes. We'll get a sense of who was able to do it, how fast. Instructions are clear with me? Thank you. Level 6. Go up. Yes, thanks. Okay, time starts now. Thank you. The others can stop. So that was roughly about 10, 11 seconds more or less. Now we're going to do the same thing yet again. That's how we build a skill, right? But this time we're going to do it a little bit differently. Is this working? Yep. We're going to write the same sentence and the same numbers, but we'll do it in the following manner. I, 1. A, 2. M, 3. Clear? Okay. Your time starts now. All through, I am a great multitasker, and the number is 1 to 20. So here it's again on your screen, so you can refer to it if you need. How much fun it is to play with the mind, right? Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this time it crossed 14 seconds. Multitasking, ladies and gentlemen, is a myth. We're not neuro-wired to multitask. And I'm going to give you a trick. If you want, talk to me outside on how you can do the same amount of work without being mentally exhausted by the end of the day by just making one change in your calendar. Okay, we'll move ahead with some of the interesting stuff. Now, there are lots of downsides to multitasking. I want to talk about the most scary one. Say Instagram, hooks, that's what gets our attention. Now, all of these are the challenges that multitask creates for you. But the scary one is that it shrinks your brain. Everything you see in this world that exists today, humans were able to make it because of the differentiated ability of their brains. What your devices and lack of conscious attention is doing, it is actually physically shrinking the gray matter in our minds. If you ask me, we are de-evolving in a certain way. And it starts to physically rewire your brain. Neuroscience has found this out. It becomes the default way to do it. If you want to try something for yourself, just start noticing the time you take between one check of notification on your phone and the second one. You'll have a pattern to it. And if you don't keep it in check, that duration is going to keep reducing. 12 minutes, 8 minutes, 7 minutes. You'll want to go check it again and again. That's your brain getting wired without you realizing. Now this is happening to everyone in your workplace. The people we're designing for, the people who are leading the organizations, and what they want out of them. Further research, if you bring in mind practices, everything on the right side of the screen, if you want, you can take pictures of this, are the areas that are going to improve if you can just modify where you put attention to. That's something your organization leaders will love. Everything on the left side, that's what all of us as individuals want, and so do your employees. And point number 10 in Guncha's slide, which spoke of employee well-being becoming an important element to look at, everything on the left falls into that. For organizations, the most adaptable are the ones who will survive, because as a species, adaptability got us to survive. That helps you to do it more. Are we focusing on it? I'm going to quickly give you 3 examples of organizations which tried at least 6 months of introducing basic practices in their daily way of working. These are the improvements they got. Stress went down, collaboration went up, work-life balance went up. Accenture, Microsoft, prioritization went up, efficiency went up, focus went up. Again, stress falls drastically. 6 months or less. Technology services, look at what all they got. Stress resilience, change management, creativity. Don't sell it as mindfulness internally. Help learners be able to start being more effective at work. Plant these techniques inside like that. They will actually come back and say, by the way, the last element of recommended program, this is not org recommended. These are all statistics from the participants going back and saying we recommend others to go through this program because of the benefit we got. So for those who need data to make a business case, you have it with you. Now, we're going to do some fun work if you want to learn from this principle. What you focus on is going to make a difference. Now for this, I need to have a conversation with all of you. But I need your help. We'll do this quick. I need you to turn around and sit as pairs, facing each other. And I'm going to come down and help the group work through this small activity. Now the way to do it is turn around, face each other squarely 90 degrees. You are my world for the next 5 minutes. That's how you should be with your partner. Anybody who does not have a partner, just let me know. Everyone's got a partner? Okay. I will walk around and help you people set up in some pairs which still need a little bit of adjustment, but I'll tell you how we'll do the rest of the exercise. So we're going to become like children. So we're going to have a conversation. I'll tell you how to have the conversation. It's a simple way. That's why you might find it a bit difficult because it's simple. But at some point in time, as I'm walking around, I will just play statue or freeze with a certain pair. Anybody else who doesn't have a partner? Yes. One of you would like to join? Thanks. Okay, so while you're having the conversation, I will quickly go around and maybe say freeze and statue to some pairs. My request is, please stay in the exact same position how we used to play when we were children. I will try and make sure you unfreeze in the same order so you're not stuck like that for too long. Clear? Okay. Sometimes it happens that while I say statue, that input makes you change how you were. I'll just help you adjust there and then, just letting you know. So while you're having a conversation, I will say statue to a certain pair, more than one. Just stay exactly the way you were at that time when I said it. Okay? Now, how do we have the conversations? 3 things. No politics, no religion. Third, no work. These 3 are rabbit holes. We don't want to go there. Because we want to have short conversations. So it has to be a sentence or a phrase. It can at best be 2 short sentences. I'll give you an example also. So let's say I'm the one who starts and says, yesterday when I came to Hyderabad, it was very hot. Stop. The person who's heard me, they understand that I'm talking about how the weather was. So they pick that part. You felt it was hot when you came, when I came it was raining. So you notice we've taken the essence of it and we've started by saying what we just heard. Deep listening that we keep training people, right? So when I hear back, when you came it was raining, I got stuck in traffic. You got stuck in traffic, Bangalore has very bad traffic. So you notice you can even change topics as you go along. But try and keep it short, pick the essence of what's said, repeat that, add yours. When you get the gift of the other person, repeat what you heard, add yours. And that's how you play table tennis. Clear? Okay. Most of you seem to be set up largely correctly. So you can just sit. So you're just facing each other. So quickly, if you can see, essentially this is chair 1 and there is chair 2 like this. That's how you are. Okay. You can pick any topic apart from work, religion, politics, and start now. Any one of you can start, the other one follows. Yes. Statue. 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 Okay, stop. There are 5 pairs who did statue. This is the fastest it's ever happened. Okay. There was a pair here that I said statue first to. Damn, my mind needs this one. Okay, those around. Your statue. Thank you. Those around, if you can have a look, you'll notice their legs are such that the knees are apart at the same angle. These arms are exactly mirror images. If you notice how this is on the table, from the center they're bent at the same degree. Are they like twin brothers? Thank you, unfreeze. Those who can have a look here, the hands are exactly this, like each other. The feet are exactly close to each other. Again, vertical example like that. Do I need to go on more? Twins here as well. Thank you, Anpreet. There was a pair here as well. Here. Okay. Do you want to help out with this? So, slight variation just to show you. Arms are crossed, but to mirror that, hands are also tied like that. And rest are exactly the same. Unfreeze. What I'm trying to tell you, it need not exactly look the same, it may mean the same. Actually, I didn't ask you to freeze, but you're very similarly placed. Can you see that? And there are just two over there. This pair, right? Okay, over here, not full congruence, but some degree in terms of vertical angle, in terms of the knees and the feet. Now, for him, the feet are crossed, the hands are tied. It is not so fully for him, but he's on the way. If you notice, his hands have started to come together. One of them will have had to change in the next 5 minutes. And one last pair was there. There. Do you remember? Okay, do I need to debrief people around? It's exactly a very similar situation. Now, thank you for participating. What I'm trying to tell you is, it is not our thinking minds that talk and connect. It is our subconscious and our bodies which relate to each other. And that's how we exchange and make a connection. We're always doing that. These principles, while this looks like a fun game, these are actually taught on how to negotiate, how to handle conflict, how to build rapport, how to sell, how to have a fantastic one-on-one, how to set it up before you have your individual development program conversation or feedback. I'm just showing you the principles as you experience it, because this is what we apply in a lot of the programs that get designed. Now what Manish is going to help me is to say, how does this work with AI? Because, in summary, 2 life skills are so well. Attention management is one. Second, it's no longer important to know the answers to all questions.
Sure.
It's important to know what question to ask. And as you move into the AIs, you will notice prompt engineering is actually asking us, do you know what question to ask me, so I can give you the best of what's needed by you. All yours, Manish.
Thank you, Nikhil. As we digest what Nikhil spoke about mind management, let's slightly pivot our attention towards generative AI. Just hold on, my slide should come up any moment. I'm back with a question again. Any idea what I'm talking about? Raise your hands, anyone? Sorry? Okay, what about ChatGPT? Yeah, very close, very close. I'm talking about the tweet that was, done by Greg Brockman, one of the co-founders of OpenAI, where he tweeted on November 30th, 2022, that they've just launched ChatGPT. This was the tipping point. The world of Gen AI exploded from here. We've had AI systems in the past, right from World War II days, but primarily used for security, healthcare, monitoring, and all that. But from here, things just took off. Any idea how many days did TikTok take to reach 1 million users? Any idea? Show of hands. Just a guess, how many days did TikTok take? About 30 days. How many days did Instagram take to reach 1 million users? No, we all use Instagram every day. It's about 60 days when it was launched. ChatGPT just took 5 days to reach 1 million users. That was the kind of boom it had on the internet. So ladies and gentlemen, we're living in a very interesting times where machines are learning and humans are hooked to devices. So considering that most of us use devices for our work or for our entertainment, let's together explore how we can get off screen to do things that matter. I'll start with some of the statistics. McKinsey says 30% of the current work hours in US can be automated by 2030. I know they're talking about the US context, but India is not far behind. Pricewater says AI and robotics will contribute to nearly 15% to the global GDP. What is a global GDP? Any idea? What are we standing at? What are the numbers, the current global GDP? Anyone in the room? We're currently at 100 trillion. I'm sure we'll have about 15% up by 2030, but nearly 15% of the contribution to the global GDP is going to happen through AI and robotics. So AI is not futuristic. AI is present. It's here to stay, from code generation tools to productivity tools. We even have chatbots who handle, you can have conversations if you are in a stress. So ChatGPT is the present. So that's why we are seeing a huge, massive growth in the AI related trainings. Going by the survey done by World Economic Forum, Gartner and Deloitte, I've combined this. They have done this separately, where they've anticipated the skills for the next couple of years. While AI and ML stands out, it's very interesting and nice to see that even the behavior skills will be in demand, will be in equally demand. So that's why we are speaking today about focus and mind management. Just a short video for you. Just listen to it, and we will talk about it.
Hi guys, today I will explain to you about how does AI really work in digital marketing. So as you know, AI has been taking everything by the storm, and digital marketing is not left behind. In fact, digital marketing is one of the first beneficiaries of AI. People are able to automate their content, people are able to automate their, music. They're also basically automating the entire creatives. And most importantly, the lot of time is saved, and we are able to churn marketing materials extremely, extremely fast.
What's the unique thing about this video? Can anyone take a guess? It's not in the same pace? Okay, I mean, that's an input for my, production guy. I think I need to tell him that you're not doing the right job. But thank you for that. Anything else? Very close? No, it's not deep tech. It's a simple tool. But it is my trainer, Hitesh, who delivers AI trainings, but it is not as well. Okay, it's actually his avatar. All we did is got his photograph, got a sample of his voice, and you plug all these three in along with the text that you want, a script that you want, and bam, in 5 minutes you have a video. So we're using these tools to generate content rapidly. I just wanted to show you this. So imagine combining Nikhil's mind management techniques and the generative AI tools that we have today, and what we can achieve is absolutely amazing. While we will have super focused employees, you will also have people who are superbly efficient. So that's how we launched Pro AI. This is one of the programs that we're running for we're conducting for the organizations, where we take care of AI, trainings, related trainings, and mind management as well. How do we do it? We start with mind management and change management, very important, across the organization. We empower the leaders first. Why the leadership? Because once you have a buy-in from the leaders, things can be easily implemented. Then we go ahead and build organization-wide skills. These are very generic skills like productivity tools, prompt engineering, understanding the Gen AI landscape. And for businesses, we do very trainings which are in-depth, like deep learning, TensorFlow, the large language models. So that combining these two, is the way to go forward. Any thoughts, Nikhil, on this?
put very simply, we talk about in school where a child will sit in class but his mind is elsewhere. Today, while it may not be accurately true, but while they're learning what we're teaching them, their mind slips through 6 different tabs. So the idea is, how do we combine paying attention to what I'm doing in a way that it's meaningful and use technology to help you do that. So when you walk out, you make the most of the time you spend. And that's the combination of augmenting human ability with artificial intelligence.
We'll quickly look at one of the use cases that we did for a customer, one of the large services organization. The ask was to train about 310 participants and get them project ready in 60 days. The challenge was the tight timelines, and then we had to even go ahead, curate the content for them. How did we do it? Selena spoke about the LXP. We used our platform in a very extensive way so that participants have a seamless experience. We went ahead and automated the lab provisioning, the lab assessments, the lab assignments that they were doing. All this was automated so that the instructor or there is no manual intervention to check how they're doing. That was eliminated. So what happened? The entire training life cycle was reduced by 25%. We had a uptime in content creation, cost reduction. We had 20% cost reduction, typically because these kind of projects would take anywhere between 60 to 100 days. So we could complete this successfully in 60 days.
So for us, what it helps us to do as the L&D professionals is add a more cost-effective manner. It allows us to do more upskilling per unit time. What would take 60 days, and I do it in 30 days. So don't only look at it what it gives you in efficiency and productivity, but look at what more does it allow you to do with the remainder time. And when the experience is great, your audience is going to come back and want to learn more.
Quick look at another use cases for an automotive company, the Bangalore-based company. We had to train 165 freshers on cloud. The only challenge was they wanted this to be spanned across 16 weeks. So when you talk about a typical cloud-based training, can anyone tell me what's the challenge here if it is spread across, say, 16 weeks? We all are L&D folks. What is the first thing that we think about? Close, very close. Yes, that will happen. But the main thing I want to highlight here is when we talk about cloud sessions spread across a very long time is cost, because there's massive subscription cost that is involved to train on cloud, because you will end up using their services. So what we did was we through our LXP again, we added a simulation on these cloud platforms where the participants could access it seamlessly through 16 weeks with a fraction of a cost. So that's why we had a 50% reduction of the cost here. Apart from moving on, apart from what we do in mind management and AI, we train people on all these areas and also certify them. We have specialists, SMEs and practices in Azure, in cloud, in safe DevOps, in data science analytics, in leadership programs, in stacks. So anything in these areas, we're able to deploy the training immediately, at just click of a button using our LXP. So I'll leave you with this slide. Please empower your people with AI and mind management, but please do it responsibly, but because AI comes with its own set of challenges, which I'm sure by now you know.
See, what I shared with you are some examples of what's already been done. We're also ideating with some other clients as to what use cases we can solve. And as we speak, we're also working with IIM Bangalore to put some kind of a research paper and look at more places in the entire journey where these technologies can be brought in. So we're open and we love to customize and see what more challenges. Again, like I said, what problem you want to get solved. You can throw it to that. In summary, I would say life skills that help you really become the learner you need to be, and the technical skills that are available today, when you combine it, that's what the leader or the future of workplace is going to look like. Just one is not going to cut it. We'll leave you with that thought. Any more questions, we're happy to take it. Thanks a lot for your participation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was an amazing session. We would like to felicitate you, and to do so, I request Mr. Matthew Thomas, Senior Director, Learning and Development.